What's going on, everybody? RJ with RJ's Trades. Today we have the free Sunday watch list, okay? So if you don't know the free Sunday watch list, where I go through SPY, QQQ, and I go through all the stocks and I say, okay, this is what we need to watch this week, right? So you're basically gonna get the plays that I play throughout the week completely for free. The only thing that I ask you guys to do is to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All right, share this with one person. Right, I want this to get to as many people as we can get this to. All right, follow the links below in the description to my Instagram, the free Discord. If you want to join the premium, make sure you do that, man. We're gonna be getting money this week. Okay, let's get straight into this thing. You always start with SPY and QQQ. Okay, so as of right now, SPY and QQQ are at all-time highs. Okay, they happen pretty quick. All right, the thing when you're making a watch list for the week is this: you have to. It's a framework for everything. Okay, the framework for me when I'm making my watch list is to, number one, find the bias. Okay, and you want to find the bias from SPY and QQQ because these two stocks are our overall market. All right, so when people say the market, a lot of times they're talking about the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. Okay, so if SPY and QQQ are bullish, that means that the stocks that we want to play also need to be bullish. Okay, because we want to play things that are going in the overall direction. Why? Because trading is all about probability. Okay, if you've ever watched any of my videos, you know I say that word every single video. Trading is nothing more than probability. All right, you want to put the probability on your side, right? So you're going to be able to win these trades more often. Okay, so SPY's at all-time highs. We are breaking through the highs pretty good here, so I'm going to continue to be bullish. All right, I'm going to continue to be bullish and look for dips. Okay, so there's not really a lot to say. We're just looking for a continuation, or if it does drop down, this is, you see I already got the box drawn. This is where you probably want to try to look for a bounce inside of this 204 to 205. I'm sorry, 604 to 605 area right there. And if we do get lower than that, then you definitely want to buy the dip here at 590, right? That's what we've been holding very well. Okay, so the market is bullish. QQQ is going to look pretty much the same. Just playing the highs, and if it does dip down, the all-time high retest is around 540 and the support is down at 523. Okay, so those are your levels as far as buying the dip. So since SPY and QQQ are bullish, I'm looking for bullish plays. All right, what are we looking for in these bullish plays? We're looking for a few things. We're looking for chart patterns, right? And we're looking for high probability setups, right? So my favorite setup is a bull flag. Okay, these high probability setups are important because they tell you that the stock is more than likely to go up. So think about what we will have if we can find a stock with a bull flag. We already know that the overall market is bullish, so that means the probability that this stock is going to go up is a lot higher than it is to go down. Okay, so we want to look for our chart patterns, and bull flag was just one example. I have many other ones. All right, or we want to look for stocks that are near a breakout level. Okay, so what are levels? Levels are places on the chart that are psychological, right? But they tell you where buyers and sellers are fighting. Okay, and levels are important because they tell you where the stock's next big move is going to come. All right, so once it can break a tough level, it's going to go to the next one. All right, so let's get straight into this thing, man. Let's try to find these stocks here. First of all, we got Uber. All right, Uber. We see Uber has been doing very well the past week. I'll clear off this whole thing. It's pretty much at highs, right? So you'll be kind of chasing it at this point, unless you're day trading. But the old all-time high was around 93.5. You see, we got up there, rejected a little bit. So if it gets above 93.5, 94 again, we want to watch out for Uber. All right, not one that's going to be on my super heavy watch list as of right now, but looks decent. Coinbase is one that can absolutely fly. We talked about Coinbase last week, and we banked on it in the chat. Okay, Coinbase here. If you take a look back at Coinbase, notice that all I'm doing when I'm charting is using past data to determine what may happen in the future. All right, look at this high point for Coinbase back in 2021. Right, look at this high point for Coinbase around three. It's actually around 370, but I'm off a little bit. I'm off just a little bit, but it's right around 370, 371. Okay, so look here, we got up to this point, we rejected. Now, watch out for this, because if Coinbase gets above 371, Coinbase is going to continue to run. Okay, above 371. Notice that we don't have anything stopping us until we get up here to 426, almost 430. Yeah, so it would be great if Coinbase could consolidate a little bit, right? Maybe give us some type of flag pattern. That would be amazing. They give us some type of pattern to maybe take it up. You can see we got the trend is here, right? So now we want to see some type of pullback, right? We want to see some type of pullback pattern for it to blast upward, all right? So I love Coinbase, especially if it can hold over 370, okay? So that is high alert. And you say, well, it's $20 away. Trust me, that's nothing for Coinbase, all right? This is one stock that I'll actually tell you guys now to the downside. We can really watch this one. Palantir. I don't know what happened with Palantir on Friday. So late Friday at like 3:30, 3:40, Palantir just started dumping, all right? One thing to note on Palantir is that, you know, it has been running heavily for a year now. So, you know, you can't expect it to just run forever. But if it continues down, I think I just like it below 130, right? So below whatever the low of Friday was, okay? The next support down here is around 120. So if it can't hold 130, expect it to continue to come down. It's actually going to be on my watch list this week, because look at the volume on this daily candle, right? There's a lot of selling. So Palantir definitely on my watch list. Under 130, could see some continuation down. So Palantir is definitely one that I like if we get downside. Now the only thing about that, it may be a little tougher to play that because the overall market is bullish, all right? So you got to be aware of that. DG is one that I absolutely love still, and DG is gonna blow. DG is gonna blow. I don't know when. Look at this consolidation, right? So it's forming like a consolidation, maybe even a little bit of a bull flag pattern here. You kind of see we had a run up, pull back, take off, run up. Now we're kind of pulling back again, and I think we're gonna take off again. Now I love DG, especially if it gets above 115, because look what we have above 115. We have a gap. All right, we have a gap up to 122. So that's $7 of potential right there for DG if it can run, okay? Watch DG above 115. That is an official play for me that I'm watching, all right? And that's one I've given out on my Instagram as well, all right? We already kind of made money on this one, but I'm looking to get back in, okay? Watch DG. Shopify is one that could be sneaky, all right? Shopify is one that could be sneaky. This is a ascending triangle chart pattern right here, right? Ascending triangle, you have your upward trend and you have your flat top resistance. So it had broke out, gave you a false breakout, came back down, trying to break out again. So if it can continue upward, right? So get above that and stay above like 115, 116, we could possibly see a trend upward, but not a setup that I absolutely love. Oracle is one that I'm kind of watching. Oracle has had a nice run post earnings, and they formed a little resistance around 115. I'm sorry, 215, right? So 215 to 216 area. You can see here, struggling here, right? 216. So if Oracle gets above 216, I think it's going to have another run, all right? So Oracle above 216, I do like that one. Oracle above 216. MU is one that has had a run as well. I gave that one already. Boeing just went off on Friday, right? I don't know what happened, but they just absolutely took off on Friday. Watch this one for a possible continuation. Nice volume on this breakout on Friday. Watch Boeing for a possible continuation. Now this is at a point of resistance, but if we're able to clear 218, 219, yeah, Boeing is gonna go. All right, if Boeing's able to clear 218, 219, I'm warning you now. Boeing is going to fly, okay? Boeing above 218, 219. You want my specific entry, get in a Discord, all right? Boeing is gonna fly if we break that resistance. Hymns had a little drop off, not really watching it right now. Google could be interesting, but it's a better setup. Google could be good, but it's a lot better setup that I'm watching. All right, and it might be next. Nope, it's not. Nvidia, not much to say about that one. It's just running. Amazon, one of my favorite plays this week, right? So Amazon, I actually gave this one to the group on Thursday, right? I told them to watch out for Amazon, and you see it just absolutely took off. Miami Amazon, and I'm up on it at the moment. And if we pull back again, I want to add to my position again. Okay. A consolidation, it had a resistance right here at 218. You guys can see, look at that volume, look at that retest. My goodness, this is a picture perfect breakout, right? If I had to say anything this week look like it can continue, it's gonna be Amazon. Okay. As far as momentum, this looks like the best play this week. So I'm gonna be watching Amazon. I'm already in on the swing, but I'm gonna be watching this week just in case we continue, right? This could be a really, really, really big play. Okay. Meta near all-time highs. Nothing's gonna stop it from getting all-time highs. Microsoft is at all-time highs. Bitcoin's at 107. Robinhood trying to get up there to 100 apparently. I would like to see it cool down a little bit. I don't really like it up here a whole lot. Lyft, PayPal, don't like it. SMCI is one that I actually really like. All right, SMCI. Right, so I give so far, just a recap. We're watching PLTR possibly to the downside, watching Oracle to the upside, watching Amazon to the upside, and the last one I'm going to give you here before I get out your way is going to be SMCI. Right, so SMCI is a semiconductor / AI company, so they're in the same likes of Nvidia, AMD, Oracle, in that same little niche, right? So take a look here at this 48 level. 48 has been a resistance here. This is November 2024. I'm sorry, this is May of 2025. Resistance in December 2024. Resistance in October and September 2024. Support in August of 2024. You get the picture. And it was a key level in January of 2024. So this is a super key level for SMCI. If SMCI can break out of this 48, I think there's no reason why this thing couldn't go. All right, I really like this. I day traded it, but I'm looking to get into a swing, especially since it has pulled back a little bit. Okay, if we get back above 48, I will be looking to enter a swing on SMCI and see if we can take this thing towards 60. All right, so those are the plays I like this week, man. Just a quick recap. I gave you guys a Palantir possibly to the downside. Gave you guys Oracle, Amazon, Boeing, and SMC. All right, 5 plays. Man, I gave you guys a lot this week. 5 plays that I'm watching this week. Doesn't mean all of them are going to trigger. But if you want my specific entry, make sure you join the Discord, man. Follow the links down below in the description on the Instagram. I will see y'all in the next one, man. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and y'all have a great week, man. See y'all later.